Hey, what's going on, guys? This is part 3 of our videos. We are going to continue on building the watch. Sorry, unfortunately I can't make a long video on YouTube yet. This is only my second video. I have to wait until I'm not too sure when, but I'll be able to make a full-length video instead of cutting it up into 3 sections of just me building a watch. So for now, this is part 3. So enjoy the video. Thanks, guys. So we have the case here, and we also have the case back right here. Remove some of these tools that we don't need anymore. And now we have everything that we need. Strap to as well. Okay, so after installing the hour and minute hand, we're going to need to use our little blower, dust blower here, and just blow away all the little dust that has entered the watch movement. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to remove the stem on the actual movement here. So it's very tricky to do because you don't want to disrupt the second hour and minute hand that you just installed. So what we're just going to do is just flip this over here very gently. And I'm just going to hold it. So to remove the stem, I'm going to use my little tiny screwdriver, and right here, right there, hopefully you can see it, you'll be able to see a little tiny pin that shows when you push down on the stem to activate the watch movement. Little stem that appears. Just want to push down on that stem very lightly. Everything's very gentle. And then just kind of remove the stem that way. It's tricky, so I'm just going to lightly place this down on my cushion. Push down on that little tiny pin there, and then the entire stem comes out. So hopefully we didn't remove our second hand. We did not. We did this very gently. Now everything's moving now, okay? Just be wary of that. And everything is together still. Okay, awesome. So now we're going to get our freshly lubricated seal, and we're going to get our case back here, and we're going to blow all the dust out of the case back. And we're going to get our tweezers. Perfect. So we got the O-ring installed. A little bit of drama. It did take a little bit of effort to do it, just because I have so much in front of me right now just to film this for you guys. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we have our case, we have our case back, and we have our case spacer right here. There's a little notch where the stem goes through the case into the movement. We're just going to place the spacer here and put our movement directly onto that spacer. There'll be a little kind of a clip. Make sure that hole is free so we can put our stem inside. Okay, so now we're going to leave our case. Okay, so now we're going to leave our movement with the spacer on our little pouch here, and then we're going to get the case. And we're just going to blow the movement just in case, and the case, get any more dust out. We're going to get our case, carefully set it into our movement. Now that has been mated, we're going to flip this around, push down a little bit more just to make sure it is in. And then this is when we get our stem that's attached to our crown. Turn this around and fit this into the hole and see where it lines up. So it doesn't look like it lines up quite yet. So I'm just going to use my tiny little screwdriver and just move the spacer ever so gently so the stem can match perfect into the hole. Just going to move it just a little more. And stick her on in there. You're going to want to push until you hear a click. So we heard a click there. And now we're just going to twist it around onto our case. So it's nice and secure. Perfect. We're just going to flip this around just to make sure we didn't interrupt any of the hour, second, minute hands. And as you can see, we are okay. Sorry guys for this brief interruption, but I'd just like to say if you could comment, like, and subscribe on my video, that'd be amazing. Hit that bell icon right here. And I'll continue to make amazing content for you guys, watch content, and how-to content as well. So please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe my video. It'll help me out a lot. Give me some feedback. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like about my video. That'll help me in the long run, guys. So thank you so much. And let's get right back into it. Perfect. Okay, so now that is in. That was the tricky part. So now everything is installed perfect. Now we're going to get our case back. And we're going to just put it exactly in the case there. And we're going to install all the mini screws. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiny little screws that you're going to have to install. This is a little bit tricky if you don't have a magnifying glass. I recommend you get one. So we'll get one of our mini screws, put it in the hole, and then just very gently just screw it onto the case. Do a couple turns just to make sure the screw's in there. Perfect, just until you find a little bit of tension. And we're going to do that with every single screw for right now. So we're just going to install this one here. It is tricky. These are very tiny little screws. So they are very finicky to work with. I'm just going to plop them all in for now. These are a little bit tricky to handle. They are very tiny screws. I'm just doing my best to place them in without losing any of them. Because this case does not come with spare screws. Which is very unfortunate. I don't see why they wouldn't give you an extra screw or two, but they do not. Perfect. So we got all the screws in place. So now we're just going to do a little pattern here with the screws, just so they are perfectly lined up with the case. And we don't strip any screws. So we're going to go from here, and then we're going to go to here. Just until you feel some tension. And then we're going to go to here. We're just doing this pattern so there's even tension and hold in the case, so it's not lopsided when we tighten them all down, just to prevent any leaks, any dust from coming in. Perfect. And now, since they're all just lightly tightened, you're going to fully tighten them now. So I'm gonna go from this side. And perfect. So now they're all tight. We're gonna work on the strap. So this is a strap I have. It was tricky for me to find a strap on AliExpress for this watch in particular for some reason. Not too sure why, but this is the strap you need. I showed you in the beginning of the video which strap it is, but we do need these little pins here. They're not really pins, but they're guides. And they'll help guide the watch on. This is exactly how they work. They go into those little slots there. So we're just going to turn this around. Perfect, look at that, that's beautiful. And then we're going to install a watch strap. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to install, this out of there, we don't need that. We're going to install this strap right here. So this is where the crown is, and we're going to install this piece here with the holes at the bottom. So we're going to fit them up right there. We're going to put this on its side. Like so. Make sure it's nice and snug in there and flush. It's also kind of tricky. And then you're going to want these little pins. There's like little pins that come with the actual strap itself. Put that on the little pad. And you get these little pins and you stick them in the hole. Oh, that one kind of fell. That's all right. Pick it back up. Put her back in there. Perfect. It's great. And then you get your mini little screwdriver. Push down on it. Make sure she's flush in there. And then just do a few spins. Just so the screws in there will fall out. And then you go on the other side. And there's another little pin that you need. Everything has to be very tiny. We'll work on watches. Okay, so we've got our pins here. We're gonna get them out. And we're gonna stick them right in there. Goes right in. Get your screwdriver. Same process. Make sure it's in the hole. And then this one you can tighten all the way. We just want to make sure that the watch strap is aligned before we fully tightened all the screws in. Perfect. So now this one is in. We're going to focus on our next strap. Align it up first. It's a little more tricky. It's a little loose. And same thing. Get her pin. Stick her in. Get a screwdriver. Push in so it lines up with the hole of the strap. Once it does, just do a few little turns. Just so it is in there. Not gonna move around. More. Perfect. Turn this puppy around. And you guys know the deal by now. Get the other pin. Line her up. And then we just push her in. And now we're just going to wiggle the strap a bit just so it lines up correctly. And we're just going to tighten this up all the way. So it's nice and tight and not going to fall out. And do it the same side. By the way, these these little tiny so these little tiny pins, so these little tiny screws are flathead screws, so you're going to need a micro flathead screwdriver. And there we are. We now have a finished AP style AliExpress watch. All right, guys, we're back. So that was a success. We have built our custom-made Seiko skeleton AP watch right here. It looks pretty good. I'm not sure if you can see that right there. Oh yeah, you can see it. Yeah, so that looks really good. It's comfortable. I've worn it for just a day now. Nothing has changed. The movements haven't fallen off, and this minute and second hand hasn't fallen off yet. It's a good sign. So that's a sign that we are a success. And thank you guys so much for going with me on this journey of building this watch. And hopefully you guys can build a watch similar to mine, if not identical. You can. I'll try to put everything in the description below so you guys can build your own AP style skeleton watch out of this Seiko movement. And if you guys haven't already done, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe to this channel, turn on the notifications for more episodes just like this one. This episode right here was a little longer just due to the fact that I want to show you guys how to buy all the tools, which tools you're going to need, and then also building the watch. For the next videos that we're going to be making, it's just going to be how to build the watch. So you guys can look back on this video and see what tools you're going to need so you can build this watch. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my first video. I hope you guys liked it. So if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns over my video, if I named something wrong, if I was doing something wrong in the video pertaining to building this watch, please don't forget to comment down below. Let me know. It'll help me out a lot. It'll help me grow as a channel and learn a lot more so I can show you guys how to build these watches a lot quicker, cheaper, and a little bit better, because I definitely fumbled on a few of the things for making this watch with you guys. It was a little tricky for me. It's my first watch video I've ever made, and there's a lot going on. I'm going to fix that in the near future. I've learned a lot from making this video, and it's gonna be a lot easier for me to build this watch and actually show you guys how to properly build the watch. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Thank you.